Hello everyone, and welcome to what is the first Beatles vinyl update I've done in probably the best part of a year. Now this isn't actually one of my collection videos as such, because I'm not kind of doing a series of anything. It's just albums I've collected since I did the respective videos for each of these albums. And next week I will continue showing kind of genres of albums, if you like. And I'll be starting with the albums from different countries next week. But here are the albums I picked up recently from the UK. Okay, first up, I've got a mono copy of Please Please Me here, with of course an Ernest J. Day sleeve, and here's the label. So this is a copy before recording first published, and obviously before it's sold in the UK. And this is the copy without the 33 1/3, so this is a fourth pressing. And here's side 2. It's got a nice ZT tax code as well, so it's quite an early copy. Quite a few of these albums I do already have copies of, but I've just picked up duplicates since then. And here's another one, that's a duplicate. This is a 5th pressing Please Please Me. And this is probably the mono pressing you see the most often, and it's not in particularly good condition, but here it is anyway. So this is the one with recording first published on and the Parlophone Company Limited, but still no sold in the UK text. As you can see, it's a very well played copy. Got a lot of spindle wear. And here is a 70s stereo copy of A Hard Day's Night. Nothing too special here, just a late 70s copy in stereo of A Hard Day's Night. Got the EMI Records Limited perimeter text, so this means it's from 1976 until 1980. And there's side 2. Again, just a duplicate copy. This actually came with something else. Right, now this is something more interesting, and this isn't a duplicate copy of something. I didn't actually have a copy of this before. So it's a mono copy of Revolver, and here's the label for it. Now you can't really see too well on side 1, but if you turn over to side 2, it's got a very visible groove going all the way around the label there. Now, this is not a Decca pressing, and it's not a CBS pressing. It is actually an EMI pressing, but it's just got a groove around it. I'll show you the one on side 1. You can sort of see it there, but it's deeper on side 2. And this isn't like a first pressing with the Remix 11 of Tomorrow Never Knows on. It's just a, well, I suppose generic mono pressing. But yeah, it's got that groove on. And there's only 3 albums you can get with the groove on, and it's hard to find a copy of each of those albums. And it's Please Please Me, Rubber Soul, and Revolver. And this is the only groove one I've got for Revolver. I haven't got one for Rubber Soul or Please Please Me. Well, that was a nice addition to the collection. Now these next 2 albums I did actually mean to include in a previous video, but I forgot about them, so I'll show those now. Now these are both export albums, and here's the first one that I've got to show. It's a copy of Hey Jude. And there are several different versions of the export, well, version of this. And this is like the 4th version, I think. So this is easy to get, but it's the early export versions that are difficult to get. CPCS, which is how you know it's an export copy. Now as you can see, it has a rather light Apple label. Now, earlier copies of this have 2 different spelling mistakes. There's one where paperback is spelt as 2 words, so paper space back. And there's another one where revolutions is spelt, sorry, revolution has an S on the end, so it's revolutions. And you can get like one copy with both of those errors, one copy with only one of the errors, and then the rest of the copies don't have the errors. And that's what this is. You can also get the version on the 2-box label as well. Now, I think this next export album's more interesting. It's actually a copy of Beatles VI, the American album. However, as you can see, it's got a stereo in the top there, and it's got the Parlophone logo. And if you look on the back, it's got the flip backs, so it's basically like an English version almost. And if you look there, it's got Capital Stores Bahrain, or however you say that, which is where this was exported to, and it was made by Gowden Lofthouse even. There's the track listing. And I think this was exported to like American air bases and stuff like that. And here is the label. If I can get it out of the sleeve. Yeah, there we go. So this is on the yellow and black Parlophone label, just like the UK albums. And this is in stereo. Now you can get exports like these for Beatles VI, Something New, in the Beatles second album, but they are very difficult to get. And if you're wondering why an EMI pressing would have a grooving like that, I think it's just because it was pressed on like a really old machine or something like that. Okay, so now for some white albums, and I will say now the rest of the video is white albums, okay, so that's what I'm going to be showing from here on out. And if you've watched my white album collection video, you may have guessed that I do like collecting the white album, and that's purely just because I love getting the numbers and getting as many of the number as I can, like the 7-digit number. But it is a spectacular album as well. So the first copy I've got here is a very early number. It's number 15,973. Hopefully you can see that okay. It's quite a faded number on this copy actually. Yeah, but that's what that is. 15,973. Now, I won't show you like every bit of every white album because otherwise the video would be really long. But I'll show you this one. This is actually a nice copy, and it's got nice early labels too. So here's side 1. Now this doesn't have an EMI recording above the 33, which shows it's a very early copy. And it's the same on side 2 there. Nice dark apple as well. And here is side 3 and side 4. Most of these white albums aren't in very good condition, but this one's nice. Right, here's my next white album. It's number 147,253. This is also not a bad copy. And as you can see, this does have an EMI recording, so it's a slightly later first issue. Next up is number 174,313. You probably can't see these numbers too well because some of them are quite hard to see. Now unfortunately this one actually only came with one record, so I've only got sides 3 and 4 in here, and not sides 1 and 2, so not really sure why that is, but oh well. As I said, a lot of these white albums are either in really bad condition or literally aren't complete. Right, this next copy is number 202,025. I'll try and get it so you can see that. Yep, so that's quite a nice number, I think. And this is yet another mono copy. Now this one isn't in particularly good condition. As you can see, there's a bit of something on the label there, and it's pretty scratched. And the cover isn't too bad, but it's seen better days. And this album doesn't come with the original black inner sleeves either. Now, this is number 220,436. Now this copy actually is complete. It comes with the photos, Paul's a bit damaged, but other than that, all 4 of the photos here. It's also got the poster. Now, this is also a stereo copy. However, this White Album is also very special, as it has a very rare spelling mistake on side 2. Now, it's over here for Rocky Raccoon. Raccoon should be spelled with 2 C's, but this only has the 1 C. And I'll show you a different copy just so you can see what I mean. So as you can see, Raccoon is normally got 2 C's, but it only has 1 on the rare stereo version I've got there. Next up, we've got number 224,852. That's quite close to the last copy. And this one's pretty nice. And it's a mono copy. Again, the records aren't in tip-top condition, but they aren't too bad. I've seen worse. It's got the black inners as well. Now here is another one from the 200,000s. This is number 247,355. And this copy arrived just in the last week, actually. This is my most recent White Album mono copy. And now we have the final one from the 200,000s that I've got to show. This is number 292,891. There's a number. And these mono records are in pretty good condition, actually. This Apple label isn't as dark as some of them, but it's still pretty dark. Okay, so now I've got number 314,542. It's got the number 3 written up there for some reason. And this is a stereo copy with the black inners in average condition. Got the EMI recording there, of course. And the next copy is number 454,899. And as you can see, this White Album isn't in such good condition. It's had big, I don't know, scars almost across the front there. Now, I'm not sure how well you can see there, but the entire spine's gone at one point, and it's actually been repaired on the inside. So this is certainly a beat down copy. And it is a mono copy, I believe. No, sorry, it's a stereo copy. There it is. To be honest, considering how destroyed the cover is, the vinyl's actually in pretty good condition. So now we've got number 473,908, and this is a stereo copy in pretty nice condition. And this copy actually comes with the poster as well, so that's a bonus. And here we have number 569,949 in pretty good condition, stereo copy. And this copy doesn't have the black inners, unfortunately. Here's the vinyl. And this is the latest White Album I've got to show on my video, in terms of number, that is. This is number 606,671. and this is a mono copy, because the monos came back in the 600,000s for a while. Now the final thing I've got to show for this video is a white album, surprise surprise. However, I've kept this one till last because it is just unique, shall we say. Are you ready for this? Da-da! Look at how somebody has decorated this. It's basically just bands and artists from, I think, like the 60s until late 80s. And it's just astonishing. You can pause the video if you like to get a good look at that. There's all sorts of things on there. I mean, not just the Beatles, but there's like U2 and Pretenders and Police and God knows. Basically, if it's a band from the 60s to the 80s, chances are it's on there. It's just astonishing, and it's a bit like that on the back as well. It's a stereo copy, but someone's even written mono underneath it, and there isn't really much on the inside. But wow, just I couldn't believe that when I found it. I got it dirt cheap as well. So incredible, really. Okay, so that's the end of this Beatles vinyl update. Starting next week, I'll be showing my albums from different countries, not just the UK. So I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I'll see you all next time.